Hello, everyone. How are you? So nice to see you all. So happy that you are here with us for data visualization. There are 12 meetings that we'll have, each of them with a different purpose, each of them with a different focus. It is a nice, pretty well-designed journey through the creation of client-ready data visualization. We're going to begin today with this idea of just why does this matter, setting some context, kind of setting the table for everything that will be working. One of the things that you found was really insightful for them. And to get to that insight, you use this framework. This is the kind of framework that we will be using in this course, and we'll teach you this. You took that framework, you converted it into a plan by collecting all of your thoughts, getting your hypothesis straight, looking at the key questions that you wanted to investigate, the data that you were going to go out and collect to conduct analysis on. And then once you did that, you built your story outline. God strike you down if you ever put this chart in front of a client. There's no story here, right? This is the type of thing that drives me nuts, or seeing these kinds of presentations packed with visuals like this. There's a lot of work that you have to do to typically take a Python or R chart and turn it into a client-ready visualization. We'll learn how to do that. So this kind of structure makes for very logical, easy to understand narratives for our audience, and delivers information to your client, your stakeholder, your audience in the way they want to receive it. Basically, in the bottoms up approach, you put everything that you know out on a wall, and then you kind of sort all of that knowledge into the pyramid structure so that you can communicate it effectively. This is a time tested consultant's trick. As far as visual forms go, this idea of a bar chart and a line chart, call it a combination chart, isn't particularly sophisticated. It's going to show us correlation for sure. This is, even because it is time, it's going to demonstrate some of that seasonality, but there isn't much more here. Is this a good looking chart? Hell no. No, not at all. But at this point, I don't care, because remember, what we are doing is hunting for stories. We're just trying to find these patterns, correlation, change, those kind of patterns that we talked about. I don't care what this looks like yet, because I'm in my exploratory mode. So my script is up here in the upper left. They number the lines, and so we've got nearly 200 lines of code, or spaces or comments in that script. You can see this is the hashtag that I talked about that tells R that this is a comment, not an executable line. Here is the example in line 11 of an executable line. Really, there are 5 different types of patterns that we're looking for tonight, right? We are looking for change, we're looking for clustering, relativity, ranking, correlation. Those are the 5 big golden patterns that we want to see in data, each of them telling a story, each of them leading to some interpretation of that change in data, cluster of data, relativity of data, ranking, correlation. All those things lead to different stories. Now, of course, there are a variety of ways that we can find those stories, right? Different visual forms that we can apply to the data to reveal change, to reveal relativity, whatever it is we're looking for. Labels. Now, this is what I was talking about, right? So the left are things that we don't want to do. We want to avoid as much as we can, because what that legend does, again, is it causes your audience to take their eyes off the chart, look to the legend, come back and figure out which one was which. A much simpler approach is just the direct labeling approach, particularly clear in line graphs, right? Just putting those, the name of the data or the category that is represented in those data at the end of the line. So, as I said, this is what I call the McCandless method of data storytelling, and I developed it after watching David McCandless present a number of times, and always seeing him kind of follow the same basic approach when he made his presentation. And
when I sort of realized this, it was such a light bulb moment for me. What you have here is a 5-step process that would allow you to really explain that visual very well. You would have to determine where the power of your visual, where it fits best in your narrative, right? Um, um, but there is great power, as we've seen. There's great power in visualization, for sure. And so having that towards the beginning of your story can be a really effective visual way to communicate some important information. Hopefully you're feeling like you have a good idea of what the course is going to look like, the layout, the things that you'll learn. Hopefully you're as excited as I am.